Okay, let's just start with the raw numbers. The Tesla Model S Plaid 2026. We're talking about a sedan with 1,020 horsepower.
It's an incredible figure. And that power gets you from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in, what, around 2.1 seconds?
Just about. When you're dealing with that kind of extreme acceleration, I mean, the forces involved are just, they redefine speed for a road car.
And that's the thing, isn't it? That kind of performance immediately brings up a huge engineering question. When you build a car to be that fast, the safety demands become astronomical.
Exactly.
So our deep dive today is focused squarely on that. We're looking at the structural integrity, the safety systems of the Model S 2026, and maybe where that incredible design might still introduce some risk.
This is really the ultimate question of safety for a truly extreme vehicle. Now, before we unpack it all, you know the drill. Like this deep dive, subscribe for more, and definitely check out the full written review and our WhatsApp channel, Cars Press. It's all linked below.
Okay, so let's start with the hard data, the non-negotiables. Structural safety. Historically, the Model S has done exceptionally well here. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the NHTSA, consistently gives it that maximum 5-star overall rating.
And that 5-star score is powerful. But what's even more fascinating is the claim that came from that data, right? Tesla, at one point, asserted that the Model S had the lowest probability of passenger injury of any car the NHTSA had ever tested.
Which says so much about the physics of the design, the impact absorption, the low center of gravity from the battery pack.
A great foundation. But getting a top rating from one institution is one thing. What about the other big one?
Right. Staying perfect is another challenge. And if we look at the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, the IIHS, you start to see some interesting nuances.
Yeah, that's the tricky part. In the past, the Model S hasn't always grabbed that absolute highest award, the Top Safety Pick Plus. So why the inconsistency?
It often came down to these hyper-specific, really difficult test scenarios. For instance, the IIHS has a small overlap front crash test.
The one that's uniquely demanding.
Exactly. It concentrates the entire impact on just a small corner of the vehicle, so it basically bypasses the main crumple zones.
And older versions of the car struggled a bit there.
They did. Specifically with protecting the driver's lower leg in that particular impact, it just highlights where even an excellent overall structure can have a weak point. Headlight quality was also a thing for the IIHS, though Tesla's usually pretty quick to update those.
Okay, so we've got world-class protection if a crash happens. But what about prevention? The tech designed to stop the crash from happening in the first place.
Well, all Model S vehicles come with a pretty comprehensive suite of active safety tech as standard.
You're talking about automatic emergency braking.
Right, for cars, pedestrians, all that. Forward collision warning, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring. These are your baseline preventative systems. They're there to intervene when, human error happens.
And of course, there are the optional systems, autopilot or full self-driving. It's so important to be clear here. These are driver assistance systems.
They are. Their main job is to reduce driver fatigue, handle steering on the highway, things like that. It's assistance, not full-on prevention in the same way.
And this leads us to probably the biggest point of debate around the car's design, which critics link directly to safety.
The driver interface.
That huge 17-inch central touchscreen.
Yes, the near-total reliance on it for almost every vehicle function.
I mean, that's the core of the argument, isn't it?
Yeah.
Critics say that when you move essential controls, like turning on the wipers in a sudden downpour, or even just selecting a gear off physical buttons,
Off those tactile stalks and buttons.
and you bury them in menus on a screen, you are fundamentally increasing the cognitive load on the driver.
And that raises a really important question. If the driver has to take their eyes off the road to navigate a complex menu, especially in a sudden situation, does that screen actually compromise the safety all those other features were designed to protect?
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? Well, Model S 2026 really presents this compelling contradiction.
It does. You have absolutely exceptional physical safety engineering, a structure that gets the highest ratings to protect you from an impact.
But you also have a driver interface that some experts believe actually increases the risk of driver distraction right before a potential crash.
The physical engineering is world-class, no question. But the human-machine interface is, well, it's polarizing. It's a clear trade-off between that minimalist design and tactile eyes-on-the-road safety.
Which leaves you with one final provocative thought to consider. In a car engineered for the fastest possible acceleration on the planet, what should the #1 safety priority be? Is it the structural strength in a high-speed collision?
Or is it minimizing driver distraction with simple physical and tactile controls you don't have to look at?
Let us know what you think. And remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss another deep dive into these real-world engineering trade-offs.